because there was no place to slide. And there's no sense in ever sliding into a bag if you can't get to bag.
Right center field, going to be a base hit. Extra bases for Rose all the way to the wall. Here is Lynn on the pickup. Rose is going to try for three. Bobby Grich's relays, head first slide. He beat it.
Pops it down the left field line. May drop in and does. Rose trying for two. Foley scores. And Pete is in. The Reds lead 6-4.
Land grab base hit. Pete Rose ties the record. He'll have one or maybe two more shots at breaking it. From Shaw into left center. There it is. Rose has eclipsed Cobb. That's number 4,192.
Somebody big just died. Baseball legend Pete Rose is dead at 83 years old. Here to help eulogize him is my friend Mike North. Mike, this is a big one, my friend. How are you?
Wow. I mean, the biggest, I think, since we started the show out of anybody. I think we've had some other big ones. But as I look back, well, Butkus was huge. And we've had some big-time movie stars and stuff like that. But an iconic type of athlete with the controversy surrounding him. Pete Rose was magic to me when I was a kid. That's just the way it was. And he was born April 14th, 1941. Look at him there, 1962 Rookie of the Year. That's before, look at the guy was a monster. There he is with, look at the haircuts with Yaz. That's his patented slide. Nobody did it better than him with the hair waving. He died in Las Vegas where he lived. Died at 83. Right-handed. Threw right-handed. His major league debut, 1963, April 8th. His last appearance, August 17th, 1986. 303 lifetime batting average. So that means he played all the year.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, over 300.
And this guy's not in the Hall of Fame. Unbelievable.
I know. 4,256 hits. Only hit 160 homers. He was the first $1 million singles hitter. That's what he told people. Managerial record, 412 and 373. His winning percentage at 52%. He has started to age. I saw the documentary, which was great, on Pete Rose, the recent one. I believe was on Showtime, I want to say. And he was starting to look old, really old. It turned
he was.
And I don't know if you saw it. Did you see it too, Joe?
I have not seen the doc. I want to see it, though.
17-time All-Star. To me, the best ball player I ever saw. Now, I saw Mays. I saw Cole. Somebody said to me, well, Mike, you saw Mays. You saw Henderson. You saw Gibson. Yeah, and I also saw Koufax. And I also saw Frank Robinson. And I also saw Nellie Fox. And I also saw all the top players. Billy Williams. The top players of their day. Willie McCovey. Hank Aaron. Dave Parker. All of them, whether they were brief stars or non-brief stars, or stars forever. And Stan Musial. I saw them all play. This guy was an all-star at 5 positions. Left, right, third, second, and first. So you name me another guy that can say he was an all-star at 5 positions, because you can't. 17-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champ, winner, NL MVP in 73, World Series MVP in 75, Rookie of the Year in 63. He won 2 Gold Gloves, a Silver Slugger Award. He won the Roberto Clemente Award. 3-time National Batting League champion, 68, 69, and 73. The Reds retired his number. He's in the Reds Hall of Fame, but he's not in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And Joe, you said something before we taped this, and you did a great job putting this whole thing together on such short notice. And we're happy everybody could be with us. And I got to tell you, of all the things that I saw tonight, I mean, listen to this, 15,890 career plate appearances. 15,000.
That's insane.
14,000 career at bats, whatever that means. Must have been walks included. 4,256 hits. I mean, the guy was just outstanding. He really was. And when you look at it, you say to yourself, well, he should automatically be in the Hall of Fame, but he's not because of gambling as a manager. Now,
well, you know he will be now, Mike.
Which sucks, but he lied to me, amongst others. I don't know if you got that picture of me on Twitter, Joe. If you got it from BB or not. She might.
I'm uploading it now.
Yeah. That's just what happened was, look at that picture. That's his son there, no doubt. There he is, banned from the game. All right. And, of course, with that came, and I'll never forget it, I basically got a hold of Jesse Rogers, and we had a TV show at Pasta called Primetime with Mike North. It was on CBS. First, it was on Channel 62. There it is. Here's me and Pete. And I was in his company like 5-6 times. I don't know why I look like the Joker in that picture, but that's good. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mike.
Now I know what happens when you're disfigured. Anyway, I know it was great. And we had, and I'll tell you what, we had a great time. But what happened was he was booked to come on the week after the All-Star game. He gets called up. They're going to name the All-Century team. He makes the All-Century team. Jim Gray interviews him. Jim Gray ambushes him, if everybody remembers. People say, you don't go long enough. Well, Jim, this is bad that she said all this and everything else. Well, the next day it turns into a big uproar, and it's all over the place. I get a phone call from Pete Rose. Mike, it's me, Pete Rose. I go, what's up, Pete? Listen, I'm canceling. Everything's hot right now. Things are out of control because of what happened with Jim Gray. I go, Pete, you can't cancel. You can't. If you cancel, it's going to make you look bad, not Jim Gray. What, you can't take the heat. And now you decided to book this show. We booked you 3 months ago. He goes, I know. Honestly, God, I know, but I just can't come. I go, Pete, we have 400, 500 seats sold. We're at Pasta on the Northwest side. Come on. You can't do this to me. I'll have somebody pick you up at the airport. So there's a long side. He goes, okay. He came on a second floor restaurant, banquet hall. And Gian Greco was there. All the major TV stations. We made Entertainment Tonight. He came on the very week afterwards, and he kept his word to me. So I believed him. I believe he didn't gamble. But he did. And then he put it in his book. And I said he sunk his own ship right there. He should have admitted to it right from the beginning if he wanted to. Should have said, I seek help. I believe he should be in the Hall of Fame regardless. I don't believe him when he says he just bet on his own team. I don't. I can't believe. I couldn't believe the guy. He lied to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, if he lied to you the first time,
right.
To say he didn't lie.
I hate to say it, but if you're down, it's easier to lose than to win. If you're down money, so if you used maybe the same relief pitcher 3 days in a row, if you intentionally ran out of a weaker lineup, if you pulled a hot starter, if you were down and he was down,
Oh, yeah.
So I never really fully, once he lied to me, he did. You know what I mean? So, but that doesn't mean he's not the greatest ball player I ever saw. I mean, that's just the way it was.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was tough as nails, man.
He ran over Ray Fosse. He felt bad about it. They had dinner the night before together. What people don't know. See, he's going over to say, "Are you all right?" He wasn't trying to be an ass, but
He dislocated his shoulder.
It ended his career. And Ray Fosse has been an Oakland A's announcer since that time for a long, long time. And I don't think he bears any animosity. But let's not forget, he had a 44-game hitting streak, which was second to Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah.
The Big Red Machine. He was the catalyst behind that. They could talk about Bench. They could talk about Morgan. They could talk about Perez. They could talk about all these guys. I saw those teams. That's the straw that stirred the drink. Then he plays at Montreal and they win. Then he goes to Philadelphia, Joe, and they haven't won forever as a day, and they win. And they win the championship. Yeah. I mean, the guy was just a winner. He got suspended for getting in an ump's face, for bumping an umpire. He got permanently suspended from baseball in 1989. And I don't know if he'll ever get in. Joe Jackson's been gone a long time. And he's not in. So they've been trying to get Pete in since 1992. He also got caught for income tax evasion. You know, he was a regular guy. He got himself with the wrong group of guys, man. He married a hot Asian chick.
Yes, he did.
Right? Married a hot Asian girl. He was married to a blonde before that, and then to Carolyn first, where she had Pete Rose Jr., who I interviewed. So I knew the family. He admitted when he bet on gambling. He was also involved in the WWE.
Spent a lot of time in Vegas, Mike.
There were allegations of statutory rape on him back in the day. I think it happened in Chicago. So he had attended an autograph signing at September 30th, or right before that, in Tennessee the day prior. So he was traveling a lot. So, you know, he's a legend, no doubt about it. But man, what a legacy. And what's sad is, you know what it said on the crawl for ESPN? Baseball's hit king.
Yeah.
Pete Rose involved in betting scandal. Not three-time champ. You know what I mean? Not MVP. They put hit king and gambling scandal together, which is a stain that Tide can't get out. Seriously.
No.
And it'll never get out. So as much as I loved Pete, he did what he did. He wasn't supposed to do it. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. There's no question about that. I mean, his stats are second to none. I went to the Hall of Fame. And without his plaque there, they should board the place up, in my opinion. But they're going to do it. And I don't know, Joe. They've done worse. They've let Buck O'Neil in the Hall of Fame after he died.
I know. Now that Rose is gone, I have a feeling they're going to let him in.
Jerry Krause got into Basketball Hall of Fame after he was let go. Shame on Jerry Reinsdorf for that. He could have gotten him in a lot earlier. So now you got Pete Rose. Yeah.
I was going to say, and Mike, and of course we want to thank our sponsors as well, right?
Well, that's what I was just going to tell you, Cumberland Chapels. I mean, if the funeral is going to be held here, you'd have it at Cumberland Chapels. You hear Sebastian Maniscalco, you can bring him up in his act. That's how big they are. A national act. Great comedian. Serving families with dignity and grace, Cumberland Chapels. I mean, they do a great job. They take good care of you. They're right there on Lawrence Avenue. You can't miss it. In Norridge, Illinois. They do such a great job. I love the atmosphere of the place because it's a welcoming place inside. They're warm, and they take you from beginning to end through your difficult journey. 8300 West Lawrence Avenue. Then you got Pennyville Station, Joe. Pennyville Station, Tony Antonacci's place. Great place. Tino Antonacci, his dad, that works there during the day. Great, beautiful place, inside and outside. They have outdoor dining still. It's fall. It's a beautiful time of year, especially in that area. I lived there for 22 years at Park Ridge. There I am with Jesse Rogers and with Tony. We had a great time. 112 Main Street, Park Ridge, Illinois, 60068. So, like I said, most career at bats, 14,000. Most career appearances, plate appearances, 15,000. Most career singles, 3,200. The guy had 3,200 singles, 4,256 hits. He did make the most outs, Joe, 10,328, because he played in 3,562 games.
Yeah, that's a warrior right there. An Iron Man.
You want to talk about an Iron Man? Only player in the history of the game to play 500 games at least at 5 different positions. First, left, third, second, and right. So he played 5 different positions. Most career runs by a switch hitter, 2,165. I mean, my God. Most consecutive seasons he had 100 more hits, 23 straight years. Most years played, National League record, 24. Most consecutive years, 24. Most career runs, 2,165. He had 63 4-hit games in his career. Unbelievable, man. But at the end, a tragic figure in the game of baseball. But without him, we've lost one hell of an ambassador. When the Hall of Fame came around, Pete Rose got as much attention as anybody else. And let me tell everybody this. I never paid for an autograph in my life except for Pete Rose's. It was at the Rosemont Horizon back in 1975, 76, I want to say. Appearing at the Rosemont. Mike North went there. I got a picture in the Sun-Times. I was working for the Park District. I paid $25 for his autograph.
Wow.
I think it was in the 86, not 76, because he was still playing. And then later on, I become his friend. How weird is that?
What a progression, right?
Yeah, it's just a weird-ass thing. So I want to tell you, I saw him in L.A. when I went out there. I saw him in Las Vegas when I went out to Las Vegas. Met with him in Chicago another time. Just had a great, great time with Pete. One night, I'll tell you, I was at Basta Pasta when we did a show, and 2 of his guys that he was cellmates with in Marion, Illinois, came to the show. I mean, that's just how
cellmates.
Cellmates, absolutely. So, to Pete Rose, what a great baseball player, great guy to me. Just a great guy. I know the gambling scandal. Now baseball's in bed with gambling. We had Pete Rose was investigated. He's been investigated forever, but for 2-3 years, Ohtani was investigated for 20 minutes and lost $16 million. And it's over with. I want everybody to remember that. While they're busting second-rate basketball players and banning them for life, Ohtani, $16 million, 20 minutes. Right? Oh,
That's
yeah.
Right.
And you want to know how many people think that he was involved? A lot. That's all.
There's just a few.
Yeah, it was his account. But the Pete Rose, God bless you. Cumberland Chapels, we thank you. Crazy, crazy week. We've had a lot of deaths. We had Maggie Smith die. We had John Ashton die. Chris Christopherson die. Pete Rose now is dead. We got Dikembe Mutombo coming up on Monday. And without our sponsors, we can't do this. And they're the best in the business, Cumberland Chapels and Pennyville Station. So on behalf of Joe and myself, this is Mike North saying thanks for listening to one of the great franchises in American history. Yeah, McDonald's. Yeah, right there with McDonald's. Somebody big just died. See you next week.